Hi, this is Johnny Bergen with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. Hope you liked that little clip of one of the all-time great blues songs, Juke from 1952, Little Walter, with Jimmy Rogers and Muddy Waters on guitar. That was myself and Billy Flynn at the Chicago Blues Guitar Workshop. Yes, we're doing it next year, and we'll be talking about how to back up a harp player. That'll be part of things we're talking about. So why not start with one of the most important harp songs of all time? There are only 3 chess songs to go to number 1, and Juke was on number 1 the longest in 1952, 8 weeks, I think. Anyway, so many things to talk about this song. I've got my looper, and I'm going to play a bit of the just the good lump bass line and put some stuff on top of it. Let's try it. Okay, so here's the bass line. I'm just going to use my thumb, maybe my thumbnail, and I'm going to use this second finger and third finger to go. That is kind of real bedrock boogie woogie bass lines. Maybe I need a little more volume. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, so it's roll dot 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 dot, and then reach out. That sounds good on the 4, doesn't it? And the 1. All right. You'll notice I didn't do this, which is really okay if that's what you want to do, but I kind of just lumped a B7th chord, and I let the B7th have that F sharp in the bass. You can play them both, and you can sort of catch it on the top there with your pinky. So again, I'm using this lump instead of for the... This is not wrong, but Muddy Waters is going to come in and do some stuff there. We're going to get to that. So he's sort of staying out of the way. That's an A, right? Something like that. It really blends with the turnaround that's coming up. So anyway, now I got my loop going. And I would really practice this, because this is the kind of floor that a harmonica player needs to go. It almost answers at this, right? And you're going to see this with John Brim. You're going to see this in so many Muddy Waters and Jimmy Rogers songs. This is just great stuff. And all downstrokes. Look how lame this sounds. I don't have a pick handy to tell you how this sounds like. Same notes, but that just didn't have that steady groove that this has. Yeah. And Muddy Waters is doing 2 really cool things on the top. You have this. Make it a little... His tone sort of jumps out at you a little more. He was a very assertive guitar player. This is an E bar chord. This is an E6, right? If you flatten this third finger over the high E string as well, this kind of fresh sound up here on the on the 9th fret, that's your 6 there. How convenient, move it up 3 frets. You got the top part of your 4 9th chord, right? An A 9th like this. And then he does his typical thing. Very Big Bill Brunsey. Big Bill Brunsey, again and again. This is it. So let's try that over this groove. Make sure you got that. This is 4, 3, and 3. 2 and 2. So just go chang, 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 chang. And so that's an A7th. Use your third finger here, and then And then let's try it with the loop. I should be using these, right? I'll get that bite. You could even throw this one in there. Anyway, now check this out. Later on, he switches to the bass line, and he's like, thunk, thunk, thunk. He's not doing da, 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 da. He's sort of playing half of that. And it's hard for me to tell how much is just, which is just your typical bass line. Open E string, 4th fret, E string, 2nd fret, A string, 4th fret. Is that when you, one thing it's hard for me to hear, because usually when he does that, he doesn't just do this. He goes, there's a corresponding up movement, but it's really hard to hear it. It could be sort of buried, or maybe he's just going, just stomping. That. And it fits against this, right? It fits against this. That stomp, you know? And so then he just moves his first finger up to the 4th fret of the D string, doubles, and then he starts doubling up from the 5 on, right? Anything like that. Or I think that's more like it. So that's a great thing to put against this. And I went into this a minute ago. I wonder if this happens once. Or if you're just hearing this and he didn't bar over this. But this sounds cool. It's a lot like this. So this is a V shape, up 3 frets. And it goes really well over these bass lines too. This is just like your D shape, moved up 2 frets, up 3 frets. If that happens, it's only once. I think it does. Then there's one really important thing. I can't believe it took me this long to do. So let's say we're on the B, okay? So this is one of the best licks in the whole song. So if you're on the B, this B7th shape, you're just going to take this V shape that's on the bottom, the A string, D string, and G string, and move it up 2 frets, and hit that one twice. Then bring it down 1 fret to the 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd fret. Hit that one once. And then back down to your B, and then you got a lick. Although I think that's Jimmy Rogers there, then you could go. So let's try that again. Here we go. Or you could grab the low. So, da, 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 da. That's kind of like all of it coming at you at once. Let's try it again. From the 5. Now this is that 4 beats that's on the 4 chord coming back to the 1. Or I like this turnaround better after that. Notice how it's sort of a down up for your 4. I mean for your turnaround chord. There you go. So It's amazing stuff when you put it all together. Let's try it. I'll turn it down a little bit. Here we go. There's that stomp. Da, 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 da. And then we can't forget about this part. That's pretty easy, and that's Muddy Waters really stepping out on those bass notes. He just loved those bass lines. I think he's doing It's not that hard. It's pretty easy. It's just 2nd fret E string, 2nd fret D string, excuse me. I just slide it with my 3rd fret on the 12th fret. I'm not playing this very great. Let's try it again. It's definitely, these breaks are like for the dancers so they can do their moves and stuff, because it's a juke. It's in a juke joint. So and that's your 2-finger E chord. Or it's pentatonic kind of stuff, right? But it doesn't sound that way. Do a little tug on the 3rd fret. I love the way you have like 2 downs and then an up. That's usually the rhythm for that. It's a real danceable rhythm. So, gosh, what a masterpiece of a song. And one thing that's really interesting about it is the drums. You know, lots of times I'm hearing like a bass kick on the 3rd beat, which fits. I messed that up. I hit that E chord or E6, and then you'll hear a da-da on the 4. Da-da, da-da, like that, you know. But you don't hear this. You don't hear this sort of tyranny of the 2 and 4. You've got this beat like where a kick sometimes or an accent on the 3, and then lots of times there's an accent on the 4. And sometimes almost nothing. It's just that pulse. Which is, some of that is the engineering with the echo on the cymbal, I think. But that's, I'll let you guys weigh in on that one. But it's just like some of these other great songs, like Thrill Is Gone has a beat on the 4. I mean, imagine if Thrill Is Gone had a beat on the 2 and 4. Like, it's like it would lose some of that space. So there's this magic space where the 2 guitars can sort of dance together. Muddy Waters is more the dominant one, but and the harp can really, it's a beautiful like background for the harp, and it's all either these chords or this. But you could also do like this: 4th fret, then leave out the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, and 4th fret. So you have to hit this one twice, then this one once, and then back to that. And even this is a big space. Whether or not you have the upstroke with it or not, it's over this. That's kind of quiet, but that's like mimicking the pulse of that of the cymbals. That's quieter, and then you have this. That really opens up a lot of space too. So, you know, I guess the 2 takeaways are to have a nice floor for the harmonica and nice dynamics and a bassier sound to let that harmonica get the right piece of the pie. And also try opening up the arrangements by not playing the beats constantly or playing like half of the beat. If, you know, like this, instead of... And look for another songs. I mean, look at Can't Hold Out Much Longer. That's a beat on the one. It leaves all this space for the melody to breathe. So that's a hallmark of this kind of early electric blues and this kind of harp playing. It's just something to think about when you do your own songs or when you're listening to this stuff. And it really helps make the music come to life. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. Tune into my YouTube channel and join me on Patreon. Thanks to Billy Flynn for joining me on that video clip. Great guitarist, plays with Cashbox Kings and many others. Anyway, let me know how you liked the video and see you next time.